Hey guys, Lori here, outside in the garden, and I gotta tell you, I am the first person to admit that I don't know much about gardening, but I have these beautiful beds that my husband made me, and I have to perform this year. I have to grow something. Last year I had a horrible, horrible time with my garden. I really didn't know that you had to like feed it all the time, stuff, and so my dirt just got depleted and my vegetables didn't produce, and you know, so I got a few things, but not very many. But I'm determined to learn, and I'm determined to grow some things that can help my family to eat more sustainably and eat more locally, I guess. I mean, it doesn't get much more local than your own backyard, right? So anyway, thank you for stopping in. I still haven't quite decided in my mind if this is going to be its own channel or if it's going to be just a swing off feed on my painting channel. I don't know. I should probably do a separate one, but I'm still thinking about it. Do I want a whole other channel that I have to operate? I don't know. Anyway. So, thanks for being here. Thanks for popping in. I hope that you are ready to learn with me. Let's have some fun playing in some dirt. So, I have these really old pea seeds. And I planted some outside a few weeks ago, but I'm not seeing anything. I mean, they're old. They're at least 6 years old. Or at least 5 years old. Anyway, so I'm going to try soaking them in water. I'm going to go do some research and look at how long maybe I should soak them. And then I'm going to try planting them out where I planted the first set. And we'll see if I can't get anything to grow from this. So this is where I had my parsley and my thyme. And so I dug both of them out. Oops. These are some worm castings that I got. I've heard they're good for your garden, so I'm putting some in there. Let's see my cool little shovel. It's actually the best little thing. Anyway, so I was showing you my cool little tools. So these are actually like real tools, right? This is a solid chunk of wood, and these are metal. So they're miniature, but they're fabulous for my little mini garden beds, right? Or for my little raised garden beds, because I can dig, right? And I can rake. And I've also got a hoe. And, oh, what's this? Not something I want growing. I don't think it is growing. I think it's dead, but anyway. So, now, I've amended this bed. One of the things that the gardening shows I'm watching are saying is that I should grow things that will eat. And I've never really thought about growing things to preserve or to keep. But if I think about it, the things that we eat the most that I can grow here are like potatoes and onions and garlic, maybe some carrots, some lettuce, of course tomatoes, and I want to have some cucumbers. It's a little early yet for tomatoes, but I can get some potatoes in here. This is probably my shadiest bed in my garden, so I'm going to try some potatoes here, and I'm going to try this method I saw was Liz, and I can't remember what her last name is. I'll look it up when I'm editing. Liz something over in Wales, who actually lives in the same zone as we do. So she had this method for planting potatoes that's no dig, and will use up garden scraps and etc. So I've added some of my soil amendment, or my garden amendment, to this. And I've thrown in some worm castings. And that should help raise up to start with. I mean, you don't want you don't want to go too crazy apparently with adding fertilizer and stuff. You want to build it up gradually. So I've been amending this for a couple of months now, and I've added some straw and I've added some grass, and you know, most of it is composted out now, and it's looking good. So I don't know, the garden booster should help. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these potato seeders, these cedar potatoes, and like they're already starting to sprout, I'm just going to stick them in the dirt. This bed is about 3 feet, so you know, I'm putting them about a foot apart. Put another one here. This one's huge. I can probably cut that up. One here. And we'll put one here. And I think I can probably put one more right here and still be good. So it looks like I have enough to plant another little bed like this. So what I'm going to do is I've got some straw, and it's the no seed straw that I got from the feed center around here, and I'm going to throw some of that on here, and then I'm going to come in and water it in, and we'll call it good. So I'll be back in a minute. And so there it is. And actually Honey mowed the lawn today, so I went ahead and threw a thin layer of the straw down and then threw on a layer of grass. And apparently these are going to be no-dig potatoes. So let's keep our fingers crossed and we'll see what happens. Looky there. I looked here yesterday and I didn't see anything coming up, but that, I think, is an onion. I planted some red onions here and there. See, there's another one just starting to poke its head out. And there's another one. So that's 3 out of the, I think I planted like a half dozen, 6 or 8 in a row here. I also planted some basil, but I'm not seeing anything of that up. And then in the back there I'm going to put tomatoes, at least 2 and possibly 3. In the center there I think I'll probably do onions, and then on the other side is going to be my cucumbers. So I don't have those here yet. I ordered some seeds, but we'll see. Hopefully they get here in time. So last year I bought this straw, healthy straw, and compressed. It's 3 cubic feet, expanded to 10 to 12 cubic feet, and I am using this as one of my layers of mulch in my garden, and I'm also using it on my in my little compost bin, which I'll show you guys one of these days. So if you remember, this is my blueberry, and I had it in a bucket sitting on top of the dirt. And what I had Honey do is we dug down and we cut the bucket off the side. And now I'm going to fill it in with dirt. So instead of trying to transplant it, where I don't really have somewhere else to put it, it's going to stay right here in its nice, safe little zone and grow and grow and grow. So we'll see. And then in here, this is the other side of my potato bed, and I'm just about to throw some straw down on there. Straw and then a layer of grass, and then we'll call it good. Okay, so it's mid-April, Easter Sunday to be exact. And so today I planted over there on the left-hand side, I planted some lettuce. And then I put in, I had those onions that I moved, and I put in a few more. And that back behind there, I planted some dill and some cilantro. And I put a marigold seed right in the back in the middle because they are supposed to deter pests. In this bed, I added a few more onions where some of the ones didn't come up, and I seeded some basil. And then over on the other side, I seeded a couple rows of carrots. And then in back behind there, that's where my cucumber is going to eventually go. I'd put another marigold right in the center, and that's where my tomatoes are going to go. So, yeah. So I dug all the weeds out of here, and Honey is actually working on a project right now to raise this bed up one more level. And yeah, I did throw some bush peas in there. They're snap peas, but they're supposed to grow in a bush. This is a nice shady garden, so I think that it will do really well. And once we get those other boards on there, I'm going to fill it up with grass and straw, and we'll go from there. So yay. Here's Honey. Say hello, Honey.
Hi.
He's painting the boards so that they look beautiful and match the house when they go around the planter, because his wife is really, really picky.
That ain't no shit.
Yeah, what he said. It's what?
Worse than going to a board meeting.
Worse than a board meeting. What is? The yard meetings? The yard improvement meetings?
Lori's directions.
Lori's directions. What is wrong with my directions, Honey?
Well, anybody out there can tell me what this measurement is, or what this measurement is, please let me know.
Okay, Honey.
I can't find it on my tape.
Okay, Honey. I'll let you know if anybody comes up with a measurement for you. So this is the part of the yard that I missed last week. There's the garbage bin that Honey built, and we had this deck redone last year and put that ramp in and fancied it up. And yeah, so I don't have much of a garden over here yet. It's quite shady and we get deer, so I'm kind of limited. I do have this one bed, and I actually tried to put some peas in there, but nothing has come up. My mint is doing quite well. And that, I think, is a clematis or something. It's doing okay. This one here, it's not dead, but it sure looks it. And then there's my spearmint, and it's doing well. So, yeah, I've kind of put my mint into its own bed because it is known to be invasive. I might have to get a couple more varieties of mint and just toss them in there and have myself a mint garden. And then this back here, this is what we call Mom's house. Isn't it adorable? Let me stop here for a sec so you can get a look at it. This is Mom's place. It's actually the shed. But when we had the house painted, we had them paint the shed to match. And then Dave did the door and the little window boxes and stuff. And the neighbors, the kind neighbors, they gave us the beautiful flowers for the flower boxes. So, yeah. We just love it. And when someday we'll clean it out inside, and this will be Mom's place.
My roots?
I am.
My roots are really showing badly.
We can do it again.
No.
Come on,
That's
Mom.
okay.
Say hi, Mom.
Hi.
Here's Mom. I dragged her out to the garden. Actually, she came out on her own. And here we sit.
Complaining about my roots.
Complaining about her roots. She's drinking coffee. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Fire pit's getting pretty high with weeds, and I trimmed my lavender and my rosemary yesterday and threw them in there. I'll make a nice fire. A little potato.
Exactly how tall it is. That's if we still can remember.
Well, we'll have the video.
Oh, yeah, gotta have the video. I'm sure that's going to hang around for 10 years.
Well, yeah.
I can
It's
see.
going to be on YouTube.
Don't they clear those out after a while, too?
Well, it depends on how much they're watched.
Well, I don't think that's going to be that. Measuring that bush there ain't going to be watched very much.
You had better make yourself a note about how tall those are, or next year you're going to be trying to get us.
I will. It's going to go into my garden
It'll
record.
be in a couple of days. You're going to say the same thing. How tall are those?
Yeah, but no, first she's going to say to you after you sit down, settle down, have a cup of coffee. When you're partway through your coffee, she's going to say,
You got it tamed? I need that bush measure over there. Well, yeah. I sit here and I wait, just wait. I'm going to have to sit. Oh, I'm going to get the measure something here in a minute. I just know it. I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is grab my tape measure because I know Lori's going to want me to measure something. No?
Did you walk around with it all day long?
Yeah, I've got my cane with me all day long, even though I don't use it unless you say, I want to know how tall that is. Quick! What is this?
How much is that? Oh, are you okay, Mom? Do you have the coronavirus?
yeah, probably.
Have some more coffee.
Well, maybe you want to go pee.
Oh my God. Well, don't dilly-dally.
Goodness, we do have a lot of fun around here. Guys, these are my lilacs. They are going to be looking beautiful soon. I can't wait until they burst into flower in a week or so. And let's see what else we got here. Oh yes, garlic. Garlic is doing very well, and my thyme and my parsley have made it to the end. So guys, I want to thank you for watching this second garden tour of mine, and I hope you'll come back. Bye now.